the Mac. It's blue light glasses. So it saves your eyes. Japper man. I was supposed to be. Yeah.
I can't jam and hit the button at the same time.
It cuts out too, but it's cool. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Speaking to the microphone.
I don't know why.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
Welcome
so we were gonna have a good friend on today, but we had to postpone till next Tuesday, which is totally fine because he's a cool dude. And there's Mike Michaels in his jammies, boys and girls. If you're watching this live on Twitch, on YouTube, or the ChrisandMikeShow.com, they're polar bears. It's just a subtle reminder. Welcome to the Chris and Mike Show. He's Mike. I'm Chris. And a portion of the show is brought to you by Riverside FM, the one and only choice for podcasting platforms. Remember, again, we're live on Twitch, YouTube, and streaming directly on our website at ChrisandMikeShow.com.
That was awesome.
I try to be awesome. I've been meaning to put a little thing on our. You don't have any feedback come back for that one?
No.
I've been meaning to put a little thing on our banners that have a little Riverside, sponsored partly by Riverside, because for those of you who don't know, Riverside actually sponsors us now. We are a paid podcasting platform.
We do this for a living now.
We do. We can only buy a couple big gulps and some hot dogs,
Actually, to be perfectly honest, we can only pay for this studio, but we thank them very much for doing that.
Right.
It was awesome. And shout out to Kendall. Mm-hmm. She is their public relations guru.
Hi, Kendall.
I just joined their mailing list. If anybody's using Riverside and you're not subscribed to their mailing list, definitely do it, because she puts out excellent content that helps you with editing, promoting your podcast, where to go to get more viewers and subscribers. And she's the one that reached out to Chris first, and then I was the account holder, so we both got involved.
Yep.
Shout out to Kendall. Thank you very much. That was awesome.
Yeah. And that wasn't we didn't get paid for that. We like Riverside. We love Riverside. I use Riverside for Real Talk USA with the Real Estate Guy. I use Riverside for Elevating Your Voice, which is a podcast I do with my company, my small little boutique brokerage of 34 realtors. And obviously we use it here for the Chris and Mike Show. So it's something that's well used. And, I don't know all the details and the tweaks and twerks like Mike does. Like, I don't know how to add music and that kind of fun stuff, but I do like the AI assistance. I do like how it can help create the content. I do realize now that you can actually take a show and upload it directly to YouTube, which is pretty legit.
Game changer.
Game changer.
I've been able to do that with Spotify since we started.
Right.
And then when they allowed Chris to do it, he was like, hey, do you know I can publish right to YouTube now? That's huge. And I said, yeah, man, that's why it's so easy for me. They provide a direct link to both places. The other thing that's nice is you just hit the nail on the head. I'll give them a shout out. If you don't know anything about podcasting or editing or video, you don't need to. Mm-mm. Because the artificial intelligence will literally do everything for you. If you're an audio and video freak like I am, they offer enough tools to be able to put out 4K video and, better yet, CD quality to better audio.
Yeah. And when I was doing Good News Arizona, I always wanted it to be a podcast, but I don't think Riverside FM was around. It was a lot more. It wasn't as easy to podcast back then, I don't believe, because I
don't know how long Riverside's been around, but I'm pretty sure we are a fairly early adopter.
Yeah. Well, because I kept telling Dean we should make this into a podcast, and we just never did, because that would have been a game changer to have Good News Arizona as a podcast, especially during COVID.
Oh,
because
for sure.
We probably would have, because we took off pretty well just as a Tuesday afternoon 1:00 show, because we would do stuff live, and there was a couple times we would stream live. We'd have like 11,000 viewers just for our silliness that I was writing. So it would have been
awesome.
It would have been fun to see what that would have done back then. This would have done back then. But again, I don't know how long this has been around and all that kind of jazz. So,
well, their CEO just dropped a nice announcement. They have what he calls the best editor in the world coming. So they've had some huge hiccups with their editing software, which is why I have not been keeping up. It literally takes me 4 times as long to edit a show as it used to, because everything is in slow motion.
That, yeah. I noticed that yesterday when I was going through and doing elevating your voice, but I thought it was our internet at the office, because our office Wi-Fi's been jacky and the cell service with Verizon's been jacky downtown Phoenix. So I just thought it was that.
No, so in Riverside's defense, what happened was, I'll give them credit as a company. This is what you need to do when you're a company and things go south. They admitted what happened. They actually had such an influx of people that wanted to use their product that they were not prepared for it, right?
Gotcha. Right on.
They've dumped probably what we would consider, technical term, a fuck ton of money into their business, and they've made everything robust, and they're actually revamping the way things work. All the things that we've been asking for, a better editor, faster processing, the ability to upload bigger files. They listen to everything. All those things are coming in the new roll-up. So,
which is, and it's not a coincidence that happened once Riverside sponsored us, because we started promoting them.
That letter dropped, and look what happened. Like a month later?
Look what happened. Okay.
I didn't even think about the significance of that.
We took them to 30 countries, man.
100%. That's a true story.
So you're welcome, Riverside. You're welcome. That's enough about Riverside. Let's talk about other things. So Brian Daboll, the former Giants head coach who, sucked ass, is back in his lane as an offensive coordinator with the Tennessee Titans.
He's going to fix the Tennessee Titans.
As offensive coordinator, not as head coach. Because who was the head coach last year?
Of the Titans? Mm-hmm. The guy that's going to the Super Bowl, Mike Vrabel.
There you go.
Nice job, Titans.
Well, they also let Derrick Henry go.
Fucking geniuses.
I mean, they're kind of turned into the Giants a little bit there. With you let somebody like Vrabel go, who I always thought was going to be a good coach regardless. Same with Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell has kind of hit a wall in Detroit. He needs to start going through and changing the personnel, because I think Dan Campbell's a good coach.
Well, there's another example of who was the offensive coordinator when they were winning all those games. Ben Johnson.
Right. And where's Ben Johnson now?
In Chicago.
The Bears.
So the Lions have a losing record since Ben left, and the Bears went from having a losing record to a winning record.
And the Patriots,
it's not an accident.
The Patriots are the first team in the NFL history to go 3-14 one season and do 14-3 the next season and make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Right. Totally crazy. And what's nice about the AFC, NFC championship games, none of the outcomes were decided by referees.
No, and here's one thing that I noticed that I have to start watching is, because people just like us, we're guilty too, because this is it's part of the game. You're looking for viewers, you're looking for subscribers, right?
Yep.
One thing that I noticed, because I've been following more and more of these betting sites where these guys are trying to claim that, the video you sent me, right? X amount of dollars is on the Seahawks. You have to be super careful, because you can find another reel from somebody else who's trying to get hits that tell you that 70% of the money is on the Rams. It can't be both ways, right?
No.
So that's why I made the ultimate decision. I felt like the Seahawks were a better team, and the way that they destroyed the 49ers was unprecedented, right?
Yeah.
The other 2 games that they had played against the 49ers, I'm just telling everybody, when I go to make a bet, these are all the things that are going through my head, right? And we've discussed this a million times. I've never lost $1 of my own money gambling. So if you don't want to listen to me, keep losing your money.
Right. I listened to Mike and I won.
You did. What's going through my head when I make these decisions is both those games against the 49ers were super close in the regular season.
Yeah.
Granted, George Kittle wasn't playing, but Brock Purdy's still the general of the field. The defense is still there.
Yep.
The Seahawks destroyed that team. They broke their spirit. I thought they were going to do the same thing to the Rams, but the Rams actually held up, and they were the team that everybody thought they were. They could have won that game.
Yeah, I thought the Rams were going to win, and they had a couple 3-and-outs that changed the outcome.
Correct.
And
but
that
I
was,
agree with you. The
yeah,
referees did not decide either one of those games.
No, it didn't.
And it was so much fun to watch that Denver game with the weather and.
Yeah, a little boring from a scoring standpoint. Now the Rams game and Seahawks game, I thought was a higher scoring game than I thought it would be.
I agree
because the defense, the Rams don't have a defense. We know that. The Seattle does. So I was surprised the amount of points the Rams were able to put on Seattle's defense.
Agreed.
But I think the fact that Seattle got the ball to start the game, marched down the field and scored, and the Rams got it second half, they couldn't score. Then Seattle got it and scored. To me, that was a little switcheroo that kind of changed. Because you only get a certain amount of time, you only get a certain amount of possessions in an NFL game. So,
and as you get into the halfway through the third quarter, even especially as a gambler, you start realizing that, right? You don't pay attention to that when you're just a casual viewer. But when you have money on the line, you're like, oh man, I'm only going to get the ball back at best 3 more times, right?
Yeah, and see what I thought was nice as I watched, and I'm sure you did too, and I'm sure a lot of football viewers did watch how the referees were not calling pass interference, but they're calling the coverage. There was hand checking the first through 3 quarters on both the championship games, and they allowed that hand checking to continue in the fourth quarter. So what I don't like is they're not doing that from the beginning of week 1 all the way through. And I think that's what fucks up some of these defensive backs is that you'll go 17 weeks. Right. So that's the biggest problem they have with the officiating, the value. You need to be consistent from week 1 to the Super Bowl. If you're going to let players hand check, you got to let them hand check all the way. All season long. If you're going to let them armbar, you got to armbar all season long.
Correct.
You can't pick and choose when you do that because that affects the outcome.
So with all that said, who wins the Super Bowl?
Who's in it again? Seattle and the Patriots?
Yep. You just talked me through both division games very eloquently, and I agree with that. I watched the same outcome. They found the two best teams.
So when they originally played, who won? The Patriots? Or is that one of Seahawks' losses? I don't remember because I'm not a Patriots fan.
So the Patriots and the Seahawks have played in the Super Bowl before?
I believe they're saying it's a rematch. They're saying it's a rematch.
Okay.
Yeah, you Google it. Because I mean, as much as Giants fans are going to strike me down, I think the Patriots are going to pull it off. And the reason why, we've talked about Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft, if you look up NFL ownership in the dictionary, Robert Kraft's picture should be the entire page. Since he took over the Patriots, which when he took over the Patriots, remember, they were a fledgling franchise. They were shit. They were in the doghouse. They were the laughingstock of the NFL. And from the time that he got Drew Bledsoe on the team with, I think Parcells drafted Drew, don't quote me, but the time he got Drew Bledsoe on that team and Parcells coaching, it kind of changed the culture. And then when you brought Belichick in and they drafted Brady, granted Brady wasn't a starter. He had to wait until Bledsoe got hurt. But that's when the culture of New England changed. And then you have Robert Kraft, who you talked about it before, bought up the entire real estate around Gillette Stadium to ensure the culture of winning stayed intact and everybody was pro-Patriots, right? And that shows his desire to maintain a community and everybody in that kind of the same mindset. And here you are, what 4 years removed from Tom Brady leaving, or is it 5?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Right.
We'll just say 5.
And you're back in the game.
So
now people are saying
that was the Patriots' fourth, or that was Tom Brady's 4th Super Bowl win.
Okay.
It was a close game. I think it said 28-24.
Was that the Marshawn Lynch? Was that the Marshawn Lynch play where Pete Carroll decided to throw instead of feed Skittle Man?
Yep, 2015. Idiot. I should have remembered that, man. That was only 10 years ago.
Well, I know, but still,
that's
that's Pete Carroll's legacy is not giving Marshawn Lynch the ball. They would have won the game.
That was the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would have won the game. But yeah, so think about that, boys and girls. You have 5 years removed from the greatest coaching quarterback tandem of all time.
100%.
5 years later, you're back. Now, you can't crown Drake May, the new dynasty. Fuck you. There's no dynasty till you win 3 in a row or 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 4.
I think most people that are talking about that are saying the potential for that is there, right?
Well, there's so many things that go into being able to repeat. We all know that from watching the game.
Number one being staying healthy.
Right. And that's hard.
Tom Brady was a machine.
He was a machine, and he wasn't in shape.
No, he knew how to not get hit.
Right. And that's what they've got to teach. That even I think Brady said that about Jackson Dart. Like he's a hell of a quarterback. He just has to learn when to not get hit.
Yeah.
He just learned to slide and jump out of bounds and, live to play another down. But at the same time, do you really want him changing the way he plays football? Because the way he plays football is the reason he's where he's at. I think
yes and no.
Down.
You can make an argument on both sides of it, but if you're making the argument that he needs to keep playing the way he's playing, you have to go into it knowing he's either going to have a super short career or he's going to be injured a lot,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the few games that after he came out of that concussion with the Bears game where like 6 guys destroyed him and there was no flag. The 2 or 3 games after he got off concussion protocol, he wasn't playing like himself. Once he started getting out of the pocket, scrambling and shit, that was more of Jackson Dart's game. So he's just got to learn how to get out of bounds or slide feet first so he doesn't get drilled. Let Cam Scatterby run people over because that's what he's designed for. Imagine if Harbaugh goes after Derrick Henry because he's pulling all these coaches from the Ravens. You imagine Derrick Henry and Cam Scatterby in the same backfield? Oh.
It would be rushing for 400 yards every game.
That would be insane. That would be insane. I don't think the Ravens are that stupid, but that would be insane. Crazy.
They haven't named a coach yet, have they?
Ravens? I don't think so. I know the Cardinals are still searching the Raiders. The Raiders are going to pay 4 coaches, 5 when they hire their new one. They're still paying Pete Carroll. They're still paying Antonio Pierce, which I don't get because Antonio Pierce filed a $28 million bankruptcy. Yet he's still getting paid as an NFL head coach.
That's what you call overspending, my friend.
Right. Pete Carroll's still getting paid. Gruden signed a 10-year, $216 million contract.
I remember that contract.
Gruden is still getting paid, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think the other one Bill Callahan. I don't remember.
That sounds familiar. I couldn't tell you though. I don't know.
Yeah. And then whoever they hire. So there's 5 coaches being paid next year for the Raiders.
No wonder we can't put any athletes on the field there in Las Vegas.
Right. And the Giants are going to pay 2 coaches. They're paying Dable and they're paying Harbaugh. I think Dable's contract was up next year, so he only have 1 year to pay Dable. I think, but don't quote me. The Raiders do have like over $100 million in free salary cap, so that'll be interesting to see what they do.
Geno Smith is not the answer.
I think they could get Fernando. You need a Fernando. Isn't his name Fernando Mendoza?
I don't want him to go to Las Vegas.
Fernando Mendoza. Where else would he go though? If Raiders, don't the Raiders have the first pick?
I think so. And he declared himself for the draft.
So you either pick Fernando, and you create a whole Fernando phase like the Dodgers did, Fernando Valenzuela, right?
Awesome.
Fernando Mendoza, right? And you market the hell out of that shit. Or you let somebody trade up for like 5 picks, and then you just own the draft because you're going to take all their picks.
Which in their case is probably a better move because they need everything, right? They got Max Crosby.
That's it. That's it.
It's so much so we said it at the exact same time.
If he stays, because I heard rumors about Max going to Chicago.
I'd love to have Max in Chicago.
I know you would. That would be epic.
I'm not as rabid a fan as anybody about anything other than music, but he would be a great fit with our defense for sure.
Yeah. He's a good athlete, man. He seems like a good human too. He wouldn't look.
I was just going to say he's good for the game. Well, he puts his game face on, but they say when he gets off the field, he's like a teddy bear.
Right, a teddy bear with neck tattoo.
Yeah, well, makes the guy on the other side of the line fear you. I'm sure that was the intention.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Check this out. This is totally off football topic. So I'm under escrow with a house, right? I represent the buyer. I called the agent yesterday or the day before asking, hey, where's my repair request sign off? Because it was a simple thing. They already agreed to do it. So they just had to sign off on it. She's like, oh, I'll get that to you. She realized that one seller signed, the other one didn't. No big deal. Then she calls me up last night when I'm coming home from the office. The owners went to the house and they were freaking out because somebody stripped the roof. It was a tile roof. They took all the tile off. They took the felt pad off, right? It was just plywood. So she's like, did your clients do that? I was like, hell no. Never. That's real estate suicide. And I made a joke. I said, I bet you they picked the wrong house.
Oh no.
I bet you the roofer took the roof off the wrong house.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The roofer transposed the numbers
Oh,
remember the movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton?
100%. I love that movie.
Right? Remember when they dug up the wrong driveway?
100%. Yep.
Okay. This roofer took off the wrong roof.
That is crazy, dude.
So my clients get a brand new roof, number one, with a 2-year warranty, and it doesn't cost them a dime. Nor does it cost the seller a dime. Guess who has to pay for the roof? The roofer out of his own pocket.
Ouch.
So he's got 2 roofs for the price of one
on
the same street.
I helped my uncle put one of those tile roofs on, but I have no idea what that costs. What does it cost to put a tile roof on in Arizona? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I'm going to say I take that back. I had a roof a few years ago that was a 2,600 square foot house with a 3-car garage. And the bids range because roofers rip you off. It ranged from like 9,000 all the way up to 22,000. So I'm going to say maybe 15 grand total for like a less than 3,000 square foot roof, but you can't quote me because I'm not a roofer.
That's a good guess.
Now I got a buddy who will, for $750, he'll repair it. So if you have a leak that pops up, most roofers going to say, oh, you got to put a whole new roof on. Torsten will come out.
Yeah, I had somebody do that to mine.
Right. So Torsten will come out and say, okay, I can fix this portion for $750. He does a roof tune-up. When I'm selling houses and stuff comes up in inspections, it'll be like, hey, the mortar caps are off, or there's 15 cracked tiles. Roofers won't come out unless you have at least 24 cracked tiles, because otherwise it's pointless for them. So for $750, he'll come do a roof tune-up, which is basically he'll clean all the debris off the roof. He'll reconcrete all the mortar caps. He will do anything that's loose. He'll tighten them up. He'll check the underlayment, things like that. So he does a really thorough kind of like you're getting a physical for a roof type thing, right? So he does all that, and it's $750. Now, at the same time, he'll tell you if he has to come out there 3 or 4 times, you might as well just replace the roof, because by then you're into it for $3 to $6 grand. So you might as well just, get a new roof. But at least he's not going up there and saying, oh, you need a new roof and I'm going to charge you 15 grand, so you need to have a roofer, a mechanic, and an AC guy. And for you, a heater guy in your back pocket that you can trust.
Yeah, I'm having a new boiler put in here in about a month.
How much do boilers cost?
Well, let me tell you, Chris Dunham. Mine is a 1963 American Standard. So it's older than all of us. At least you and I.
Yep.
And for the first time, so here's what was weird. It's something that you really have to keep an eye on for people who live in this part of the country. If you have hot water heat, as they call it, or a boiler system, I have baseboards, so I don't know what they call it, a boiler, but I don't have radiators like my grandma had, where they would scald you.
Yeah, I remember those.
That was still a fear of my mom's when I moved in here, because my nieces and nephews were really little at the time, and I'm like, let me show you something. So I walked up to it and I just stuck my hand on it. I'm like, they're all covered up. You can't even get your hand in there, even as a little kid, right?
Oh, that's good.
It has a flap, and it just lets the heat out, right? So all the really hot fins are trapped inside. You can't touch them.
Oh, okay.
It's not like the old days. So this year, when I started to check and see, how it was running, I always watch it, make sure that the pressure's right, make sure the temperature's going up to temperature and coming back down, all that kind of stuff. I thought I smelled gas.
Oh. That's not a good thing.
Not at all.
You don't want to smell gas.
I kind of didn't think any more about it. And once a year, I have somebody come tune up my AC. And once a year, I have somebody come tune up my boiler, right?
Smart.
Good
job.
Yeah, it keeps it going longer.
Maintenance, boys and girls. It's a good thing.
Yes. Especially with a boiler system.
Yeah. And an air conditioning in Arizona.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
A boiler in the middle of your house is like a bomb if you don't take care of it, right?
Oh, no shit.
Oh, yeah. It'll just explode. So when he came to do my preventative maintenance, he called me up at work and he's like, I got bad news, Mike. He said, do you remember the one thing that I told you would cause me to have to condemn this boiler? And I said, oh, fuck, there's a crack in the heat exchanger.
Oh, really?
The heat exchanger is made out of cast iron. So it took from 1963, ladies and gentlemen, until January of 2026 to crack that piece of cast iron. That's how well we made things in 1963 is the point of this conversation. So a
that's
brand new
68
system.
years. That's 68 years old. That thing lasted for 68 years.
Yeah. Steel was 7 years old when they installed that.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
He was going to elementary school, and they were installing that boiler. And it lasted until his son was 52.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So a new system, they make a comparable system to what's there. Okay. It's only 85% efficient. So here's where they've made super upgrades.
Okay.
They make what they call a tankless boiler now. It mounts on your wall.
Kind of like they have tankless water heaters.
100%. Same concept.
Yeah. Okay.
So it vents out through the same vent. It mounts on your wall. It's 92% efficient, 89, something like that.
Right on.
And then they make what they call a combi unit. So then they take out the whole boiler, they take out your water heater, and they mount that combi unit. One side's a boiler and one side's a water heater. So then you have on-demand hot water all the time.
Nice.
And then you gain a closet.
So
that's about $12,000.
Oh, fuck.
The next option down is anywhere from 8 to 10. That's the tankless, which is what I'm going with.
Okay.
8 to 10, depending on what they have to do, right? Do we have to do a bunch of
you don't want to take cold? You don't want to take cold showers?
No.
You don't want to heat your water up on the stove?
So I wish we had millions of listeners because we would get all kinds of emails. I would ask this question, but I'll ask it anyway. If there's any HVAC guys listening to this, the reason I didn't go with the combi unit is because what I kept reading online was when your boiler is actually running, we counted all my baseboards. I don't remember how many there was. There was way more than I thought there was because, some rooms have 2, 3. Some rooms only have 1. But when that's running, it has to pump 190-degree water to all those baseboards, right? That's what heats your house. It's beautiful heat, too. Like forced air heat is very dry. And
it is.
It causes your sinuses to be, you get nose
dry.
Yep. I don't get any of that because it's actually...
Really? Moisture.
It's not.
Moisture
it's not putting steam out into the air, but it's not that forced heat, right?
That's cool.
So the drawback, what I kept reading was they said when your boiler's actually running and you want to go take a shower, you don't get a hot shower. You get like a lukewarm one, right? Because it's feeding both at the same time.
Oh.
So I would rather still have a water heater and a tankless boiler, right? I think that's the way to go. So it's going to cost me probably right around $8,000. That was a very long-winded way of saying it's going to cost me $8,000.
Well, and so that's kind of like there was a point in time at the end of last year, I would say July, August, where fucking local AC companies were selling 5-ton units for $17,000 to $18,000.
Oh yeah,
which is fucking bullshit. Because you can buy them online for $4,000. I bought the Edition air conditioning online for
there's
$3,500.
Guys listening to this right now that are saying to me, if I knew what I was doing, I could go do the same thing, right? I could buy that tankless boiler for $3,500 and install it myself, but I don't know shit.
No, I didn't install it myself. No, because I still paid $2,000 to install it. I don't know how to install an air conditioner. I had my electrician, and then I paid them to install it. But
what I'm getting at, deal for the unit itself. Right. I got you.
Right. Okay. So now I've seen in the last 30 days or so, there's all these smoking deals on air conditioning stuff, but it makes me question because Biden had signed something that has to do with the Freon.
Yes.
And
that's why I had to upgrade my air conditioner in 2019.
Yeah. So I'm assuming these air conditioners now they're selling for like, $3,000 or $4,000 are the ones left over before that law came into place. So you're going to get an air conditioning for $3,000 or $4,000, right? And they're going to charge you $4,000 to install it because they're raping you, because that's what AC people do. If you don't know one, and then it's going to be obsolete because you can't put the right Freon in it. So it's a money grab. It's like, oh, you can use this for $4,000. We'll install it for $6,000. Oh, you're happy now. You got nice cool air. And then 2 years from now, oh, your air went out. Well, guess what? We don't have the Freon for that anymore.
But let me tell you,
now you're just
I agree. I agree with everything you're saying,
man.
The one nice thing, and there's still people here who are dishonest, but they're so there's so much less because the population density is less, so they can't afford to have a bad name, right?
Right.
The way the guy described it to me when he talked me into replacing my air conditioner, he said exactly what you said. And he's like, I can fix it. He said, first off, I can't guarantee I can find the leak, but if I do, I can fix it. You have the old R22 Freon, right? Which he told me it was like $400 an ounce or some shit. Just like you said, that was being phased out at the time. He said, or, you know, you can install a brand new unit.
Right.
And one of my concerns was my compressor sits right outside my bedroom window. That unit was from 1993, and let me tell you, when it kicked on, it would sit you straight up in bed, right? Like, what the like there's somebody laying in a spaceship in the backyard. Oh, it's just air conditioning. So, Albie, my sales guy, he said, if you go one step up from what I would consider the middle of the road, so you're talking the second down from top of the line air conditioner, not cheap.
Right. Yep.
He said, you will be able to stand right next to this thing and have a conversation, and all you'll feel is the air coming out. It's that quiet.
Wow.
Steele will attest to it because him and I stood next. That's where my grill is, right next to the compressor.
Okay.
And he's like, man, I wish mine was this quiet, you know? And I said, let me tell you, I paid a premium for that silence. But I told Albie, if I can hear that fucking thing when it comes on in my bedroom, guess who I'm coming looking for?
Right.
That's how not cheap it was.
Yeah. Right, but see, small town, you have that luxury because, like you said, your name means everything. Integrity, ethics mean everything in a small populated town or region. Phoenix, there's 7.3 million people in Phoenix, Arizona. Who gives a fuck? Because you can screw somebody over, and even though they will badmouth you left and right, it's still not going to hurt your business because it's such a big
You have such
area.
a draw from, right? Before we get too far away from this subject, I got to tell you my roofing story.
Okay.
So, if Steele's listening to this, he would be like, damn, you got to tell your roofing story.
Right. Okay. Rough story.
So I come home from work one day. It's been pouring down rain for about 2 days.
Okay.
And I take one step in the bathroom, and, you know, I work in a factory. I wear work boots for 10 hours a day. My feet sweat, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, must have been a rough day or something. You know, my feet are really sweaty. I'm like, no, that's water, right? It was leaking. And by leaking, I mean raining. When you walk in my bathroom, there's a light right there. It was pouring out of that light fixture, through the light bulb, everything.
Damn.
And I would be remiss to tell you that same light bulb is still in there.
Really?
Close to a decade later, still running. Wow. I think there was something to all that water running through there.
That's crazy.
I'm like, fuck, man, what's going on? So when it finally stopped raining, my brother-in-law knew a guy that was a general contractor at the time, and Corey came over, and he looked at it, and he comes down, and he said, well, I can tell you what's going on. He said, when did you say they installed this roof? I said, 2012. This is like 2014, right? It's like 2 years old.
Yeah.
He said, here's what happened. I've never seen somebody lay straighter shingles who doesn't know how to go around the protrusions. So he laid everything up backwards. Instead of going over the top, he went underneath or whatever you're supposed to do. So Corey said every time it was raining in your attic. It just took that long to go through the drywall or through the insulation, through the drywall, and end up in your fucking bathroom.
That's crazy, dude.
So he fixed it for like, I don't know, $250 or something at the time. Yeah. Never had a leak since, but
that's good.
One of the selling points of the house was it had a new roof, right? And I come home and it's raining through my light fixture in my bathroom. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that's a bad day.
It was. Luckily, it was a cheap fix. Could have been worse.
Yeah, well, that's a good
since
thing.
I've lived here, I put in $4,000 in insulation.
Okay.
A brand new air conditioner, and we're getting ready to install a boiler, and I redid this whole half of the house as far as floors and lighting, and Yeah.
Well, the whole half of the house, though, was done with the winnings from gambling.
It was. That was a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. So now speaking of, redoing the house, did you finish season 2 of Landman?
I did. I am done.
I was impressed. The first episode, like I told you, when they first did the first episode of the second season, I thought they tried too hard for the truth bombs.
So
and they stepped back from that.
the first episode, the second episode, and I'll even give you into the third episode, I was on board with you. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know, I could see glimpses of, I hope this is kind of where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. They ended with a bang, man.
Yeah, they tried too hard. I think Sheridan tried, because those little truth bombs were so good in the season 1.
Yeah.
The windmill one is still by far the best fucking scene entire season 1. If you don't know what we're talking about, Google Landman windmill scene, because it's pure accuracy. So yeah, I didn't mind anything from episode 2 on, because then Nikki and I just kind of binge watched it over a couple days last week.
Oh, it got better and better.
It did. And the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but the ending was fantastic. Like, it's legit. Now I'm interested to see if there's a third season, because I heard rumors that Sheridan's contract with Peacock with Paramount was up, and he signed with NBC/Peacock. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know.
Yeah, because he's doing that new show, U.S. Marshal.
That's Yellowstone.
But I think
Marshal.
that's on
CBS
U.S.
Marshals.
still, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not. Yeah. Come on, man. Like, Yellowstone did it. It ran it.
Well,
like,
CBS and Paramount are in cahoots. That's why I'm asking.
Right. Oh yeah. There's a fly. I'm gonna see if I can kill it. Can I kill the fly? Yes. Killed the fly. I killed the fly. Kung Fu master, man.
Ninja. Like ninja.
I am a ninja warrior. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll watch the U.S. Marshal thing. There's this one thing that came on.
I'm going to check
Paramount.
I like that guy as an
Paramount?
actor.
I do too. Paramount.
Who is that,
I think,
Luke Grimes?
Yeah, Luke Grimes.
Yeah.
Paramount is it Paramount or is it Peacock or is it Hulu or is it Apple? It's one of those. It's one of those. Maybe it's
We
Paramount.
used to just have fucking cable.
Right. Memories of a Killer with Patrick Dempsey.
A friend of mine, shout out to Sunshine, she just
Hi, Sunshine.
asked me if I had seen that while we were working together today. So I will watch that for sure.
Watch it. I've only watched the pilot.
Okay.
The premise of it is his brother's already lost his faculties to Alzheimer's, so his brother's in a memory care facility. Okay.
All right.
And then what's going on? Thank you so much. She's naked. Hello, sexy. Wow. Yeah. I'll be back. No. But
this portion of the show
is brought to you by Trojan Man. Where was I? Memory of a Killer. So
yes, the premise of the show.
The premise of it is the fact that now he's starting to have the traces of Alzheimer's. So, like, there's a scene in the show.
Are they old at this point, I take it, or no?
Not really. I mean, it's Patrick Dempsey. So in the show, he's probably 55-ish. He's got gray hair, you know.
Okay.
He still looks, I mean, he's weathered, but he's not weathered. He's still maintaining everything. He drives a Porsche SUV. He's, you know, is one part of the show. He's with a sniper rifle, and that didn't work. So he had to kind of deviate from the plan and still got the job done. You know, he didn't do a John Wick with a pencil killing 3 people, but, you know, he was adequate. But he's up in one of his residences, because I think he has 3, because he's leading this double life. With one part of it, he's a copy salesman. You know, his wife died. He's got a daughter and a son-in-law who doesn't do shit. And so that's cool. I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but he's putting in the code, the password to turn his alarm off, and he spaces it. You know, like he stops, like he needs 2 more numbers, and he's just staring at the pad like this. And the guy across the hall is like, whatever his name is, Mr. Dobbs, you know, everything okay? And he's just,
that's crazy.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm fine. Doo-doo-doo. So, but it's going to be a cool concept, because if you think about it, the worst person in the world to have Alzheimer's is a hired hitman. Because, you know, I mean, think about it. When you have Alzheimer's, you just let shit fly.
You just remember things that you have done in your life, and you go do them.
Right. And you just let that shit fly. There was somebody that I knew that has Alzheimer's, and there was some darkness around that family. And it was kind of funny, some of the turmoil that family had when this elderly person had the Alzheimer's. She would just open her mouth up and rip that shit off like a Band-Aid. And you know, it was comical, because it's like, right on.
I've been listening to you the whole time. I've been looking for this.
Okay.
So look at your phone. Tell me if you remember this guy, because when I read this, all of a sudden it came back to me, but I had forgotten about this dude. This is our fascination with serial killers, ladies and gentlemen. I had forgotten about Pat Metheny.
This is Joe Metheny, born March 2nd.
Excuse me. Pat Metheny, 1955. I'm sorry, Pat.
Baltimore, Maryland led a troubled life marked by neglect and hardship. His father was an alcoholic. His mother was neglectful, leading to a childhood spent bouncing between foster homes. These early experiences contributed to the future actions. In the 1990s, Metheny's criminal activities escalated. He began abducting and murdering women, luring them to his home with the promise of cocaine, before strangling and dismembering them, operating a roadside burger stand, operating a roadside burger stand near a truck stop, and sold these special burgers to unsuspecting customers.
Have you ever heard this story?
His crimes, I've heard rumors about it, but I thought it was an urban myth. His crimes came to light when he abducted Rita Kemper, who managed to escape and report him to the police. Investigators led authorities to human remains in the freezer, confirming the gruesome activities. Metheny was arrested and convicted for multiple murders, receiving a life sentence without parole. He died in prison in August 2017, bringing the end to his reign of terror. Well, once he got into prison, the reign of terror stopped. So, but okay. Wow.
Soylent Green,
yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Soylent Green was a movie in the 1960s or 70s where they were actually taking human remains and turning them into a food product.
Okay, right on.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I was reading. That's why I plugged my phone in. Hold on.
I spun him out of control.
Well, no, because then I have clients texting me, and so okay.
I'm just being funny.
What
you know that?
What I know. What movie? What movie?
Soylent Green.
No.
You never saw that?
No.
Oh, do yourself a favor.
Text me the name. Text me the name, and I'll look it up.
So the premise of the movie
yeah,
is that the government is providing you with your daily necessary nutrition, right?
Okay.
It's basically George Orwell, the government's taken over, there's overpopulation, and people are starving, so the government is providing you with this food product. And because you can do a spoiler on a fucking movie from 1960 or 70, the premise of the movie is when they're eating the product that the government gives them, there's an underlying population that you and I would be in that's like, hey, why are they giving us this, right?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that there's overpopulation, so they're recycling people into what they call Soylent Green. That's the food that they're getting.
Okay. So kind of like, okay, that's interesting.
It's a real overacting job. I'm looking up who the cast was. The guy says, "Hey, people, it's people." That's what he says. It's people. 1973, the year I was born.
Okay. There's a thing I follow on Instagram.
Charlton Heston. He's the guy that says,
right on.
"It's people." Yeah,
people. Okay. There's something I follow on Instagram. I forget what it's called, but I follow a couple dark things because it doesn't faze me at all. Right? That empath thing doesn't. Weird shit like that doesn't bother me. One lady, and I forget the story and the names and stuff, so I'll tell the story.
Me
but
texting you.
She, I figured. So it was a famous person or semi-famous person. She was at some place in overseas, and she came out of this room where all these people were gathered. And she
freeze up on me?
She was claiming they were all eating.
I think you froze up on me.
Human flesh, like whatever they were being served was actually human food. And I don't know why
all I see
it's
is a
frozen
frozen
again.
Chris Dunham. So if you can hear me,
the internet better not fuck up like it did last week. I'm at 93%.
And I'm left all alone, ladies and gentlemen.
Why is it doing?
Which is rough when I'm the only one here, right? So What did we talk about? I didn't have anything planned for that part. See, now he's
seriously,
gone. And I'm here all alone for sure by myself. Yeah, he'll be back in a second. So this is a good time to tell everybody to please go to www.chrisandmikeshow.com and leave us a review. You can check out all the YouTube videos, the Spotify, wherever you listen to it, it's all being funneled right to that website now. So if you just go to chrisandmikeshow.com, you can leave us a review. You can go listen to our show wherever you like to, or you can listen to it from right there. There's a player. I believe it's a Spotify player. And then there's the YouTube video side. So
I don't know.
I see Chris.
I don't know why Cox Communications decides to die on Tuesday afternoons.
Well, here's what I said when you froze up. I was like, I was not prepared to be solo. I can lose him when we have a guest. So what we talked about was everybody needs to go to www.chrisandmikeshow.com and leave us a review. And I was telling everybody how the YouTube videos are there, all the Spotify stuff, Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen, or you can just listen right there at the website. So please check it out.
Yeah.
I put a lot of hard work into that, blood, sweat, and tears.
You did. I know, and it was supposed to be a surprise, but he needed my password for Google, because when I went to Google, GoDaddy, because I went to GoDaddy to buy the domain. Right, because neither one of us thought we were going to get chrisandmikeshow.com, because there's another Chris and Mike show on YouTube that has 5 episodes of brothers doing some silly shit, which is cool. But when I Googled that and I'm like, holy shit, we can get this. And it was like, that's insane. So I think I bought it for like 5 years just to like, I've learned that too. If the longer you own a domain, the longer you prepay that domain, then the more serious the Google spiders think you are. So then the more relevance I think you get when people search it and stuff. I don't know if that's true. That could be just one of those things that I've learned over the years.
Because here's why. We went from being not the bottom of the barrel, but you had to scroll down a little bit to find us, right? Now, like Chris showed me the other day, even if you go into incognito mode, we pretty much rule Google.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. That was our intention, right? We want the show to get out there, and it really has helped. So, like I told you, it looks like a real life game of Risk that we're now playing on the website analytics. We just picked up Germany and Ireland and India, which are some countries that we don't have on the other side of things. So it's really
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And so like Trump's playing his life, his game of Risk.
I like our collecting better.
Yes, our version is better because it's not violent or hostile. It's just like
way less hostile.
It's welcoming. Come.
Yes. It's the antithesis. You'll like this. It's the antithesis of hostility.
Right. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. I can be sophisticated if I try.
Yeah. So Landman, I wanted to talk about that. We talked about that. I want to talk about Memories of a Killer. That's going to be interesting.
That's crazy. That's the second time in one day I've heard that, so I got to watch it. And Michael Imperioli's in it. And if you don't remember who Michael Imperioli is, Sopranos, but he was also in but he was also in a show called 187. Dude, Detroit 187, which was 187 is the code for murder. He was great, dude. That's the thing. It only went one season. It was fantastic. I never even heard of that. It was a fantastic show. I was so bummed when they didn't renew it. Right? It was fantastic. Rainn Wilson had a show that a lot of people didn't realize. I forget what the premise was. He was some kind of detective or private detective or something. But it was so polar opposite of the Dwight character. It worked and it was really good. But it got killed after one season. I'm gonna see if I can find the show, the Detroit 187 thing. I can't believe I never heard of that, because I love that dude as an actor. I try and follow, pretty much whatever he does.
Yeah, there it is. It came right up. Detroit 187. It was really.
Was that on like NBC, ABC, or was it a streaming service?
I'm gonna share. No, it was before the streaming shit took over the world.
This is an older show then.
Yeah, this is when you could actually just watch it on CBS or NBC or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really good, man. He was a cop.
That must have been during my fucked up days because I don't remember.
Oh
that
yeah,
at
ABC. ABC. Detroit's 187. That's what it was.
What years?
ABC. I'll go to all.
Just out of curiosity.
It should say somewhere.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Yeah, 2010. The pilot is when it came out.
Oh, I was sober by then.
81% Rotten Tomatoes, which is good. 63% TV Guide. 57% like this show. Like I don't know why they didn't carry it longer because it was a good show.
That was my transition phase, though. That's when I moved back to Illinois, 2009, 2010.
Right, it deserved another season. Only did 10 episodes for one season.
Streaming anywhere that you see?
Fandango,
Prime,
Amazon.
right,
you got to pay for it though. Fandango, Amazon Prime is from $1.99. You know,
okay.
18 episodes, which is stupid, man. Just fuck off and make it free.
Yeah.
But so the other one was the Rainn Wilson thing. Let me find that one.
I don't remember that one either, to be honest with you. I like him as an actor too a lot, obviously because of The Office.
Yeah. There it was. Yep, that's what it was. Hold on, I gotta share it. Backstrom.
Okay.
It was shows called Backstrom, and again, really good show because it was a departure from who he was. Rotten Tomatoes are 36% because people can't get past Dwight, but if you could get past the Dwight thing, and this was when was this? Come on, 2015, and again one season, but it was a good show, man. Like Rainn Wilson, Thomas Dekker was in some other things. You know, it was a good show, man. It was like a Scandinavian book series by a criminologist, Detective Everett Backstrom, which is Rainn Wilson's a grumpy and sometimes offensive detective who heads up the Serious Crimes Unit in Portland, Oregon. Backstrom and his team handle the city's most sensitive cases. The detective tries and fails to modify his self-destructive tendencies. 3-time Emmy nominee Rainn Wilson plays the role in the series created by exec blah, 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 blah. But to me, it was a great show, man. It was just because it was so far removed from Dwight. But I think so many people get pigeonholed, right? Because you're Rainn, you're Dwight Schrute, man. You know, that's the thing. But I don't know. You know,
I'll check that out.
It was a good show. It was a good show.
I can't believe I never heard of that either.
Yeah, well, because it was one season, and when stuff only lasts one season, you don't get the momentum, right? It's just they don't want
some of those I do find like through the streaming services. I'm trying to think of some of them that I watched. There was one with Kelsey Grammer.
Yes.
That only had, that was a great show.
Yes.
It really was, in my opinion. It was.
Yeah, that was. I'll find that one too.
But some of them, he was like a commissioner in Chicago, if I remember right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And I don't know why that one didn't make it either.
Boss.
That was
Boss, and
show,
that was Stars. Stars canceled it after 2 seasons.
Okay.
It was just called Boss.
I found that one later too, I think through HBO Max at the time. Or back then it was HBO Go.
Yeah, Boss. HBO Go. Go with HBO.
See?
Yeah.
I'm an old school.
Cheers, Frasier. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a great show too.
Yeah. And you see they have a new thing for a new spinoff of Game of Thrones, a night for a kingdom or something.
I'm waiting until the whole thing comes out so I can watch it all at once.
Yeah. We watched the first episode. It's interesting.
Was it good? I'm sure.
Yeah, it was good. It passed the piss strike. It passed the piss test.
Nice.
And for those of you who don't remember what the piss test is, if you have to pause a show to go to the bathroom, that means you're that engulfed in what they're doing that you don't want to miss anything.
Yes.
And if you don't have to pause it, then you don't care what it's about because you can easily catch up because the content is that mediocre.
And that totally makes sense because I operate the same way. There's certain shows you just have to go, I can't miss anything. And then there's other shows where you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening anyway.
Yeah, like Lost, I can leave the room. We're still watching Lost. And I can leave the room and not miss a thing because then within 5 minutes you understand what's going on.
Right.
And
because that's it's a long drawn out story and it is
a long drawn out story. Yeah. I forget what season we're on, but
when you get done with that, I cannot wait to talk about that because I have so many opinions and comments.
Cool.
But you're watching it. So when you're done, let me know.
We're at the season now where Jack, Sawyer, and Juliet. Sawyer and Juliet lived on the island for 3 years together. They kind of made their little happy home. And then Jack and Kate come back on Jack, Kate, Hugo, and Son are flying that plane, and they just appear on the island, right?
Yep.
Jeff Bailey's the pilot. So the last episode we saw was they're all in the submarine getting ready to take the orange juice. And the guy comes to give the orange juice, and Juliet, miraculously knees the guy in the balls and knocks him out. And Sawyer wanted to just go live happily ever after with Juliet. Then Kate shows up, and then you got the whole threesome thing going on because Sawyer wants to do them both, but it's a PG show, so they can't have that written in the script. But he's giving Juliet googly eyes, and then Kate comes in, and
it's very much insinuated.
Totally, I totally like. It's just, it's that's going on in everybody's head. They just can't portray it on the show because that changes the rating. So that's where I'm at in the show. That's where we're at.
Yeah,
the submarine scene. And then, so that was it because then Nikki was tired. So then I just shut it off. So I don't know what comes up for that, but that's where we are. I like the fact that I saw a picture of it it was the Last Supper for Lost, and John Locke is Jesus in the Lost in the
I know
last
the picture you're talking about.
So that made me believe, okay, well, John must be, Jesus Christ, and he came back from the dead. Ben killed him, and he came back from the dead because the island, you cannot die once you've been to the island. So I like John Locke's character.
I do too.
And we didn't,
love that character.
And we had no idea. Like the writing of that was so good in the beginning. You had no idea he was the one in the wheelchair until later on into the series.
Right.
Remember that? Like you had no clue.
JJ,
because you don't, because when you crash a plane and you're in a plane crash, not speaking from experience at all, but when they started showing John and looking at his legs and shit, you just assumed he had trauma from the crash,
right?
And then you realize later on, oh, this dude was paralyzed. That's why he was.
Anybody that says they knew that before, they're lying.
Is lying. They're lying.
Because you and I are pretty observant, and I had when that all came together, I was like, oh,
right,
okay. Now it all makes sense, but I never would have figured that out before. The word genius came out of my mouth. I was like, J.J. Abrams, genius.
Yeah. The writing is good. I think they're drawing
as a writer how hard it is to suck people in from the get-go and how long that is from point A to point B before they told you that. What do they call that? There's a term for it.
The cliffhangers.
Well, like a reveal, but there's a more technical term for it when you're writing a screenplay.
Yeah. But I could see the cliffhangers this thing had, because when you stream it, you don't have commercials and it's back to back to back to back.
That show sucked so bad to watch on regular television.
Because you had the cliffhangers.
Motherfuckers.
And see, back then, boys and girls, you had reruns were wherever we made their money. Like that was the residual income. That was the checks that all the, like Seinfeld gets the checks and the Friends would get the checks because, syndication. Yeah. That's the thing. That's what you want. That's what you strive for as somebody who's having a TV show. You want syndication, because syndication. That's the
difference between living in Manhattan and New Jersey.
Yeah, because you got like everybody in the cast of The Office that was relevant. They all have office money. They can do whatever the fuck they want for the rest of their lives, right? The Friends have Friends money. Right? They made $1 million an episode.
All of them on Instagram. And I'll tell you what, I think of all of them, Jenna Fisher is living her best life.
Yeah.
She went to being a normal person. And if you follow her Instagram, you can see that she just, she's just a normal person now. And it's refreshing because it goes to what you just said. She's like, I can do whatever I want. I'm going to enjoy eating good food, hanging out with cool people, and having a good time. That's what I would do too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah,
I would have the best group of friends, and I'd just have fun every day.
Yeah, no
negativity.
Nope. That's what money can buy you.
We try to have no negativity, right?
Yeah, but money can buy happiness on some levels, and that what money gives you is lack of stress.
It can provide you. I like what Rogan says. I'll agree with him on this. Okay. It provides you with the freedom to do what you would have done if you like if you have to go to a job like I do every day, or most people do every day, if you have what he calls fuck you money and you don't use it, then you're an asshole. right? You should go do what you want to do every day. And that's what he does. He hunts.
Yeah.
He does a podcast. He loves the UFC.
Yeah.
So love him or hate him, that's the life that I strove for being a musician, right? We wanted to do what we loved every day so that we didn't have to go to a 9-to-5 job. It was still a job. We treated it like a job. We went to practice every day. We played gigs. We got paid. We went to practice. We played gigs. We got paid. But if we had been afforded, you know, the Metallica situation where you can build your own studio and you can do whatever you want and have a good time, that was my goal for sure.
Yeah.
So now our new world domination is the podcast.
Is this? I'll have to check. So here, we're going to do this before as we're winding down. I'm going to go to the website.
Anybody that wants to join Riverside and sponsoring the Chris and Mike show to make my dream come true, you're more than welcome.
So because we have it up now and we're approaching our... So this is the website.
Oh, fantastic.
Everybody, okay? So here's our episodes. You click that button.
Conversations.
You can see the episodes, right? And every episode has a title. You have a summary, so you know what you're looking for. Okay.
Look how clean that looks.
Right.
Because
it's nice, man.
Consistent cap cut or whatever you use.
Thumbnails. Canva.
Okay.
Canva makes the thumbnails, right?
Look how
you can search the episodes. So I could type and let's do let's do this. Let's do Nudo. Whoops. So there's Dave Nudo. Dave Nudo's the author of Lord of the Devil. Okay.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Right
all
there.
his clips come up too.
I
didn't know that.
That's pretty cool.
Look,
you can search. That's the episodes. You can do the about. You can welcome to our journey. You can kind of read about us, our reviews. We need reviews, so give us reviews. We have more reviews than this, but it's a matter of getting new ones on the website. So real simple, boys and girls, just go to the reviews, click leave a review, and leave us a review. Rate the show. 5 stars, thank you. Contact, real simple. Fill that out. I will email you back or give you a call, whatever you provide. You can follow us on all the platforms, which is pretty cool. And as I showed a while back, we are now on iHeartRadio. I'll drop a thing.
That one surprised me.
Right, Audible. That's cool. We're on Audible. Outstanding. This is where you come to register as a guest. When you fill this out, we get a biography. You give us all your stuff, and it gives us our release. And you can put all your links in here. There's the release.
Stays on the website. So if you guys are registering as a guest, because a lot of our guests listen to the show, and we thank them for that. Before I forget, real quick, thank you, Matt Farrell, for inviting your entire contact list to become a member of the Chris and Mike show. That was awesome,
I saw something like that, but I wasn't sure if it was.
He can only do 1,000 a day, and he sent us a message saying he invited the first 1,000 because he saw we were trying to get to 1,000 followers. We have surpassed that. So thank you, Matt, very much.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was awesome.
I saw that, but I thought it was some weird spammy thing because we're getting spam like crazy right now.
So that's because we're getting more popular.
Right. So there's Matt Farrell. So we can go to Matt Farrell's episode, The Journey of a Comedian.
Real quick about
and Insights.
That,
okay, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Before.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, that shit stays on the website. So for the guests, it's a place that your guest can come back to for all your links. Even after your episode's done, all that information stays there on that link.
I'm going to subscribe to our newsletter.
I'll send you your email back.
This is cool. Look at that episode. Okay, so if you register as a guest, where do they find it?
When they go to their episode on the website, all that information that they filled out is going to be attached to that episode.
Right on. Okay, so Jig Johnson filled one out.
Yes.
Because I remember that. Show notes are there.
Where is this? I found it before. It's in there somewhere.
Transcript. Transcripts is pretty cool. Leave a comment.
I'll find it again. I'll tell
you're good. Oh, look at that. Wow, that transcript's huge, man. That's pretty cool. The whole show's transcripted. Yeah, so if you haven't been on the chrisandmikeshow.com, just go to chrisandmikeshow.com. This is what the home looks like. We're still top 3 podcast in
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah, you did. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's fantastic. Like it's a really good website for sure. I was happy when you dropped that. It's like, and yeah,
it's
Don.
easy to navigate, which is what I like.
Yeah, super easy. It's just right in your face. It's simple. Simple. So this was a good episode with Joe, Apache Joe. Some of his stuff,
100%.
some of his videos and his reels have just blown up. Yeah. Oh, these are inside the segments.
Yeah, I'm thankful to have had him on and have him coming back for sure. His story was outstanding.
Yeah. Oh, these are the inside the segments. So the inside the segments go. So if you're not familiar, we have the entire episode, but then also
everything that you put on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so what inside the segments are is they're 2 to 5 minute clips of the actual show itself. So whatever the show is, when Riverside edits these things down for us, I upload them all on YouTube. Mike uploads them all on Instagram. And so we have three things dropping every day on YouTube, which now they're going to drop on the website as too, which is pretty cool. So inside the segments are cool because it's 3 to 5 minutes of whatever you're talking about at that time in the show. So when Joe's talking about his first podcast experience, you can get the reel of it, which is less than a minute. You can get the inside the segment, which is 3 to 5 minutes, or you can watch the entire show. So it gives you the ability to watch things on the go if you don't have time to watch the whole show. So Mondays or Tuesdays are usually, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
There's a specific video link too. So all your YouTube stuff that you post every day is in one segment, and all the episodes Spotify are in another one. So if you go to if you want to just listen to the podcast and you go to that page, you're going to find all the Spotify episodes. If you click specifically on video, you're going to find what Chris just talked about. He posts 2 reels a day, and then on show day, obviously the show post. So right, you got 3 things that day.
Yeah. Oh, right there. So click videos.
Yeah. So check that out. Now that's everything that you've uploaded to YouTube in chronological order.
Right on. That's pretty badass, man.
It is.
Wow.
When we upgraded to the elite plan on this website, that's what that allowed us to do, was bring all our videos in. And do a bunch of other shit, but that was the big one.
That was the big one. That's cool.
Look how many pages of videos there are.
Lots of pages, man.
There's 47 pages of videos, ladies and gentlemen. Something like that.
Well, let's see what happens when we get to 47. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Ooh, back to the old days, brother.
Back to the original. That's funny. Our very first thing we dropped was Cheech and Chong.
Isn't that's awesome. What date was that? Does it say?
Yeah, it does. I just clicked off it. It was January 24th. Hold on. Let me go back. January 24th, 2024.
Nice.
And it wasn't even... Yeah, it was just. Hey, that's me. That's me. It was a. I forget what it was. It was a thing. It's some kind of character. I don't know, reface or something. Where I'm playing Cheech. Like that's me. As they refaced. They mixed my face with Cheech. It just worked perfectly.
That's awesome.
So yeah. So there I am as Cheech, man. That's the funniest thing ever.
That's a fitting video for the first Chris and Mike show video.
Yeah.
I've been smoking since I was born, man. I can smoke anything, man. Right. It's gas fumes, man.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a great way to end the show. Hey,
100%.
you can't be sad or depressed because you've been hanging out with us for an hour or so. But if you are, go journal, go run, go exercise, go find somebody to talk to. If you can't find someone to talk to, just text 988. Someone's standing by to help you get through whatever you're dealing with. Tomorrow is always a better day with you in it. Don't leave a hole in somebody else's heart because you chose to leave this earth before your time.
Because he was so cool to us, go watch Matt Farrell's comedy.
Yes, go watch Matt Farrell's comedy. We need to have him back on in February just because he did that. I mean, 100%. More so because he's a cool dude. So, Matt, we're going to get you back on the show. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a friend of mine, Brad Brower, passed away suddenly earlier this week. He was 61 years old. Yeah, it's a super nice guy. Loved music, loved vinyl. We would talk all the time. He would get a new record and he had a new sound system, turntable stuff. We would talk about that stuff. Super nice guy. I worked with him at my broker sub realty. So, it sucks for his family. It's kind of blew us all away because we still don't know why. We don't know what happened. It was natural causes, we're sure, because he wasn't the type of person to dabble in anything. His partner found him on the floor in his bathroom about 12:30 that night. So, unfortunately, he left the world. So it is sad. He was such a nice guy. Nikki loved him. He was that guy that he was a very good conversationalist. He was very smart and wise. He and I had one conversation one time about politics, and he lovingly chopped me in half. And I'm like, oh, don't talk politics with Brad. And I never did again.
I've met those people.
Right. But the thing about Brad is it didn't matter that we didn't have the same opinion about what we were talking about. We were still friends. We still maintained friendships. We still got along. We still, hugged every time we saw each other because he was that type of a guy. He was just a really nice human. And
yeah,
it
I know you'll find this hard to believe, ladies and gentlemen, but Chris and
Yeah.
I have not always agreed, and we've remained friends for way over 30 years. So
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah. So stop being a keyboard warrior and actually talk to the person that you want to fight with, because at the end of the day, it's just an opinion, and that's all it is. And everybody's entitled to a set opinion because we live in America. So shut up and just deal with it.
Don't be so offended.
No, don't be so offended. Life's too short.
Here's a fact I will leave you with, because I know you love these little tidbits.
Right on.
If you are easily offended, you are also easily manipulated. Don't ever forget.
Oh, nice. Food for thought. For the Chris and Mike show, he's Mike, I'm Chris. Until next time. See ya. Love you, brother.
Peace. Love you too, man.
Quickly, we're gonna fly and disappear. Look the tablet, go insane. Feel the tears flow through your eyes. On your journey, take it slow to the place where you will go. Feel the trip behind your eyes. Feel the sorrow beneath your take a moment, listen to your sin. Fight the battle that you must win. Fight the battle that you must win. Who is it, baby, to your sin? Yeah. Listen to your sin. Now you're turning, come down in. You haven't found solid to your sand. You keep on fighting, wait for the day when you close your eyes and it fades away. You ain't no preacher with a praying man. You took your breath on the Almighty's hand. You got a dream in your life to keep on soaring every night. Take the trip behind your eyes. Feel the soul revolution now. Yeah. Take a moment, listen to your sin. fade